We were the ones that caused Gaddafi's death because Hillary Clinton played a game over there, and I was the one that went over there during the war. He wanted to unite the African continent into a group of nations economically, like the European economy, and the U.S. and Europe didn't want that. And the other thing is they wanted control of his oil, and they wanted control of his sovereign wealth. So Gaddafi had to go.
Hello everybody, welcome to the channel. My name is James. I'm so glad you are here. I'm so glad you're taking the time of your day to review my content. Today been a very good day, right? Let me just give you a scenario. Let's just say you're in a toxic relationship and your spouse is mentally disturbing you, mentally beating you down, physically beating you down. They're disgracing you everywhere you go. They're calling you names. They're calling you all kinds of dirty things. They're abusing you. You go outside, they curse you to your face, to your friend's face. They totally disrespect you. In the house, they can get their hands off you, pushing you against the wall, spitting on you, just treating you like a complete dog. And every time you're trying to escape, your family outside is pulling you back in, telling you that your spouse is better for you. They're doing so good for you. You should appreciate them. You will never get another spouse like this person. Somehow, you have to stand your ground. You have to push away your family that keep pushing you back to this toxic place. You have to let them go inside. And somehow, you have to stand up to this bully. It's not about love no more. It's about survival. You have to walk out that door and tell them, I can live without you. And you have to fight to the end because it's your life. That is what's happening right now in Burkina Faso, a country that is on the west coast of Africa. They are fighting for their lives, for their survival, because a new president, Ibrahim Traore, is in power, and the West do not like him. He's preaching and sounding just like Gaddafi. He wants things to be all African. He wants things to be controlled by African, and the West do not like his talking, do not like it. Today, April 30th, was a huge day in the world. Recently, there was a coup d'etat that was almost an assassination attempt on the president of Burkina Faso life. They almost killed him. Why? Because again, the West do not like him. The West, of course, America, Canada, all the countries in the West, even Europe, French, they want to kill him. They want to take him out of there. They want to remove him from power. But the people is fighting back. They want to keep Ibrahim Traore in power. Because what? This guy is doing tremendously well for the country. He opened all kinds of factories. Tomato factory, refinery, opening schools, busing girls. He helping everybody in the country. They love him. Today, there's protests everywhere in the world. From Canada to New York to London to Australia. Everywhere. The West is trying to take out Ibrahim Traore. How? They're using African to take out this guy. There's a meeting right now that's happening in Ivory Coast. The Ivory Coast president pretty much does not like what's going on in Burkina Faso, and he's a puppet of the West. So they're using him. They always use African to take down African leaders. Always do that. And just a proof for that, what happened with Gaddafi? They took him out just like that. The American did. How do I know? Let's watch this video and see.
The West is trying to repeat history. They want to do what they're used to doing. But guess what? Times have changed and we're not going to allow the same thing to happen. What I want us to talk about today is about the similarities between Gaddafi and what is happening to Ibrahim Traore right now as we speak. If you remember, Gaddafi was taken out by the West, and here is a US politician admitting to it.
Libya, we were the ones that caused Gaddafi's death because Hillary Clinton played a game over there, and I was the one that went over there during the war. Gaddafi asked me to come over. I took a Biden staffer and a Bush staffer and a film crew leader from ABC One in New York, Larry Menti, with me, and a cameraman, because I didn't want the CIA to set me up. I hand-carried the letter back from Gaddafi offering to resign. The U.S. didn't want him to resign. They wanted to kill him.
Why?
Because Gaddafi, and I met him 3 times. I took Biden on my second trip to Libya, by the way. He went with me when I spoke to the whole country. And every meeting I had with Gaddafi, he wanted 2 things. He wanted to unite the African continent into a group of nations economically, like European like the European economy. He wanted to base it on the gold standard. And the U.S. and Europe didn't want that. And the other thing is they wanted control of his oil, and they wanted control of his sovereign wealth. So Gaddafi had to go.
That's right. They're afraid of African uniting. Africa uniting is the worst case scenario for the West. Africa got everything. They got everything on the continent. They got the best weather on the continent. They got everything. That uniteness, right? The uniting and that togetherness is what they are afraid of. French is afraid of that. The United States are afraid of that. Gaddafi wanted to make a currency, a currency for the whole African nation. They want to make traveling free for every African nation between Africa. They want to make everything look so together. But that was a plan that the West do not want. and it took him out. Now the same thing is repeating itself. We are seeing this script before, we are seeing this movie before. The same thing's happening. They're trying to do this to the new guy, to Ibrahim. They try to get him out of there. And Africa are not standing for it. Protests everywhere. The people now, eyes are open. Social media is everywhere. They know it now. You cannot go there and twist your words, because they have this tendency to go and twist the words of the leaders, or he's trying to take away or hurt the people in Burkina Faso. Try to do all kind of propaganda. No, people eyes are open. They know. People live in the country. They know. People that even live in the country, we communicate with people in the country already. They know. You can't go and twist words no more. I'm sorry. This is the perfect example that we want all our African leaders to be doing. So stand up for the country. Stop being a puppet master. Stop obeying. Stop, kneeling down. Stop kissing the ring all the time. Stop trying to please. Stop asking for validation. You are part of it. You are controlling your whole country. You are on the best continent. You have everything on the continent, bro. Survive on the continent. Be like Europe, right? You all have that little EU money going on. They have the euro going on, right? Which is kind of powerful, like the US dollars, right? Nobody come to that country to tell them what to do. Europe and the West should not go to Africa and tell them what to do. This has been a very togetherness day. People are fighting for this guy, and at least it's a perfect example. People should tailor and see. This is why my country, Liberia, should see this guy and tailor this. People in Mali, people in Senegal, people in Angola, people in Sierra Leone. Everybody should focus and try to be this guy, at least in the sense of controlling your country's wealth and not laying in the hands of Westerners.
But if and when there is a will, there is a way. As far as he has started it, if the Americans 400 years ago was able to think about making their country a better place for them today, that if we want to come there, they will need us to go through, embassies and be begging and be going to churches to make sure we get to their land. We are telling them that we are ready to do it today, and we don't need them. If they were able to do it, we can do it. If they were able to do it with us, we are ready to do it for us. Nobody here can tell us that in the days of slavery, when they were sending our people through the Mediterranean Sea, they were going there to go and be taking pictures and selfies. No, they were going there to dig holes and lay lines for railways to be built. And today, the same youth are in Africa. We don't want them to use the Mediterranean Sea again to go and enslave themselves. We want them to build our own country.
That's right. We don't want to go African. We don't want to go be begging again. There's no begging anymore, right? Eyes are open, control our own worth. That's it. Start looking for validation from the West. We have everything. This is the best advice. We did it for the West. They came and get people from our land and carried them to the West and build the West. If we can do that forcefully, we can build Africa willingly. If you like the channel, like the content, let's keep going. Subscribe to the channel. And to Ibrahim Traore, keep doing it, baby.